Hello you guys, it's Sierra and this video is going to be a day in the life with my 4-month-old baby. I should probably preface this video by saying this is not what you should do with your 4-month-old baby. This is just what I do. I'm a first-time mom. I honestly don't really know what I'm doing every day. I'm just trying to figure it out. I watch so many of these videos on YouTube and I'm like, how do these moms know to do these like little things, and also how are they on such a schedule? So I will say, like, we are not really on a schedule at all. We have a little bit of a routine, which is what I'll like share in this video today. I'm making this video mostly like for my own memories to look back on. We are all out of wipes in our wipe warmer, so it's gonna be a cold wipe today. But hopefully it'll just give you like some ideas, or maybe it can be like relatable for some people. All right, so I got Liam's diaper changed and I'm just gonna leave him in jammies. I typically like leave him in his jammies unless we are like going somewhere. I'll just wait to change him into real clothes until like right before we leave, because he does tend to spit up a little bit more. So if I change him, like, he's just gonna probably sit up on it and I'll have to change him again. Now we are in my bathroom and I can kind of catch you up on our day so far. So we tend to have really slow and lazy mornings because Liam has not been sleeping great lately. Here, I'll show you. He's just in this little like saucer swing chair. It like goes back and forth like this. We ended up getting like a big swing that like really swings him. So this one, we don't even keep it plugged in. We just kind of move it around to have somewhere to put him, and it works like really good in here in the bathroom so that I can get ready. So it's actually like 9:30 right now because he took like a 2-hour nap for his first nap of the day, and I just like took it with him because I'm so tired. I wish I could get up and like get out of the day during that time, but sleep has just like not been great right now, so I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna sleep in with him. Okay, just ignore the ugly shower behind me. We still have not gotten to tiling it, and if you like are subscribed to my channel, you would have seen in one video I got like a shower curtain to hang up to cover it, and it will not stay up. It falls down like every time I put it up, so it's just gonna have to look like this until we get it tiled. So last night we put Liam down at 8 p.m. and he actually went down really easily. So I'll just say this, he was an amazing sleeper. Like the first 2 weeks, we would wake him up like every 3 hours or whatever to feed him. And then whenever we went to the pediatrician, he was like back to his birth weight, or like had surpassed it. So they said we didn't have to like keep waking him up to feed him. Like he would just like wake up if he was hungry and we would feed him. So we stopped doing that, especially because he like hated being woken up. Like he just wanted to sleep. So once we stopped waking him up, he would sleep like 10 to 12 hours straight. Like we were so spoiled. And then whenever he turned 3 months, that is when I feel like the 4-month sleep regression kicked in. Like I think we just started it early and we're still kind of dealing with it. I feel like it's getting better, but we're still like not sleeping great. It would take us like 3 hours to get him to fall asleep at night, and then he would wake up like every, I don't know, a couple of hours throughout the night. Now, like last night he went down really easily, and then he woke up like every 3 to 4 hours. Okay. He woke up at 6, and that was kind of like his wake up for the day, and then he went back to sleep at around like 7:15. So his first wake window of the day, all I did was like nurse him in bed. We got up and changed his diaper, we let the dogs out, and then we just lay in bed, and he does this thing where he just lays on his back, but he just like kicks his legs like crazy, and I call that his morning run of the day. So he like got all his energy out doing that, and then we, like I said, fell back asleep for like 2 hours and got up at around 9:15. So now I'm going to get his first bottle ready of the day. So this kind of starts my day of like giving bottles and pumping. So I'm giving him like 3.5 to 4 ounce bottles. Let me put this in the warmer because he's getting hungry. I have seen some other 4-month babies having like 5 to 6 ounce bottles, and I just don't think that Liam could handle that much all at once. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that he does spit up a lot, and sometimes I feel like even with the 4 ounce bottles, I'm like, am I like overfeeding him because he like can't keep it all down? And then kind of going along with that, I've also seen some other 4-month babies. I just like, I don't know, whenever I got pregnant, it seemed like a lot of people who I follow on social media were like pregnant at the same time. So I feel like there's so many babies like around the same age as him that I kind of like follow their mom on social media, which it's great to see, but it's also like, I'm not like comparing them, but it's just interesting to see like what they're doing with their babies compared to like what me and Liam do. And I've noticed like some of those babies are starting purees, and I don't think we're quite ready for that. I think I'll probably start that closer to like 5 months, but I did at least just start like doing some research on it because I want to be prepared for that whole journey. So I asked on my Instagram for some accounts to follow that's all about like starting solids with your baby, and I got some good recommendations. Most people recommended the account, I think it's called Start Solid or Solid Start or something. I'll look it up here and tell you. Oh my gosh, I still have so many messages from people with recommendations, so I'll have to go through those. But okay, Solid Starts was like the main one that everyone seemed to be recommending. You can't see it very well, but that's the Instagram account, and they apparently have like an app too, so I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably start purees like next month, and then I'm gonna hold off on solids for a little while. It's interesting because one of my friends, she said she didn't start solids until like 6 months, and she wished she would have started earlier because her baby like doesn't really like to eat, and she thought maybe if she would have started sooner she would like it more, I guess. And then I have another friend who's, this is actually her 4th baby, and he's like the same age as Liam, and she was like, oh, I'm not gonna start that until 6 months. And then another friend has an older baby and said she didn't start until 7 to 8 months. So I'm feeling like better, like less pressure to like start that so soon. Now we're gonna go sit on the couch and give him his bottle. All right, so Liam is all finished with his bottle, and I just put him in this bouncer because I feel like it does help a little bit with his reflux to have him like sitting up more rather than like laying on his back on one of his playthings. So I just have some little toys here for him, and I'm gonna quickly go and warm up some breakfast for myself. So in the early days of Liam's life, I just like would not eat because I couldn't like find the time to do it, and that was like really not good, like, you know, for my own health, but also it's really not good for breastfeeding because you need to make sure you're like eating and drinking enough to like produce enough milk. So the thing that has been best for me is kind of like meal prepping breakfast. So yesterday I made a breakfast casserole. It looks kind of gross right now. Just with like stuff we had in the fridge that was about to go bad. So I just cut up some bread, and then I poured some egg mixture, like scrambled eggs with milk and salt and pepper and like a couple different spices. And then I cooked bacon and chopped it up and kind of like put it all in that casserole dish and baked it for like an hour at 350. And now I have like a whole casserole I can eat the rest of the week for breakfast. I'm just gonna like cut off a square and microwave it. So there's our breakfast, and then I'm all out of Nespresso pods. So I just got this like Califia Farms cold brew, so we're gonna give this a try. I also got the just like Natural Bliss sweet cream creamer. All right, so now I just sit here and play with Liam as I eat my breakfast. So I don't really have like any plan for today. We're just gonna see where the day takes us. But I will say I'm trying to keep him awake for like 2-hour wake windows. His first one of the day is really short. Like I said, it was only like an hour, maybe like an hour and 15. I don't really like follow it too strictly, but whenever he hits a new month, I just Google taking care of babies wake windows, because I don't like do her course or her sleep training or anything, but I just like kind of trust what she has to say, so I at least like look up her like wake window recommendations. And for 4 months, it's anywhere from 90 minutes to 120 minutes. So yesterday he was actually staying awake for like 2 hours most of the day, and especially right before bed I made sure he was awake for at least 2 hours, and I do think it helped him sleep a little bit better. So we're gonna try that again today. But if he's like crying and tired earlier than the 2 hours, like I'll just put him to bed. I'm not gonna like force him to stay awake. So we have like 45 minutes left of this wake window if he stays awake for the full 2 hours. So we're just gonna like play with some of his toys here in the living room, and then as long as he's not too fussy, I'll take you through our routine of how I get him down for a nap. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half and he's starting to get a little bit fussy and his eyebrows are getting red, which is how I always know that he's tired. But I'm gonna try to just stretch a couple more minutes out of him. So usually before I put him down for a nap, we come in his playroom and I read him a book. So we're gonna do that now. All right, we're just gonna do this short peekaboo book. Whose fluffy white ears are those? Peekaboo! It's a rabbit! See the rabbit? Who's that bouncing around behind her tail? Peekaboo! It's a kangaroo and a little Joey too. We just finished his book, so now I'm gonna change his diaper and we're gonna start getting ready for his nap. So in the Taking Care of Babies blog post that I read, she said it's normal for the wake windows to be like shorter at the beginning of the day. So it's okay that he's like not staying up for the full 2 hours, although he might actually be awake for the full 2 hours by the time I get him all ready and we do like our whole routine. So usually for his first nap of the day, I just take off his onesie so he just naps in a diaper and I swaddle him, just because usually by this point he's kind of like drooled or maybe spit up. He actually hasn't spit up yet today. But usually like his jammies are like a little bit wet from him like drooling or whatever. And so I just take those off and I wrap him up in a swaddle blanket. So we're gonna do that now. Oh, swaddled up, tight, tight, tight. Hi, honey. So then he does take a nap with his passies, but now I'm just gonna turn on a sound machine, get it all dark in here, and then I rock him in the rocking chair and I nurse him and sing lullabies, and he usually falls asleep like within 5 to 10 minutes, and then I put him down in his crib. So we're gonna do that now. This is probably not like the best thing to do because I think you want your baby to like fall asleep on their own. I honestly don't really know how to get my baby to fall asleep on his own. I haven't even like looked into that yet. So right now, this is what we're doing. Again, this is not like me telling you that this is what you should do with your baby. This is probably not what you're supposed to do, but this is what we do. All right, I just got him in his crib. So by the time he actually fell asleep, he was awake for about like 110 minutes. So pretty good. And as much as I just like want to hold him during his nap because he's so cute and snuggly, these naps are usually only like 30 minutes to an hour, so I gotta hustle to like get some stuff done during this time. So we're in my closet right now and I'm gonna get dressed and try to do something with my hair and makeup, and then hopefully also pump during this time. All right, I just got dressed and I'm pumping with my Spectra pump. I typically get like a pretty good output with this one, but it's just like not the most convenient because it has like these tubes and it kind of like sticks out a lot. So it's not like the easiest to use when I'm like actively taking care of my baby. So I try to do it like when he's napping or like if my husband's home and can take care of him. We're just gonna do some very simple hair and makeup because we're actually gonna go to the gym today. So this is only our second time going. I just got the membership last week and all we do is walk around the track because I take Liam with me in the stroller. I really don't feel like going because it's kind of like snow raining outside, but I really gotta like get myself in the habit of going regularly. And I also just want to get Liam used to leaving the house. It used to be really easy going out with him like when he was a newborn because he would basically just sleep, and then it got really hard and he would like cry being in his car seat, and it got to the point where I was like, I never want to leave the house. But that just like makes the days feel really long, and it's like a little overwhelming, like waking up the next day and thinking like, oh my gosh, we just have to do the same thing again today, just like all these different activities at home. But when we get out of the house, it just like makes the whole day feel a lot faster, and you know, it's obviously good to just like get out of your house sometimes. He's already getting a little antsy, so I think he might wake up soon. But whenever he wakes up, my plan is just to feed him, change him, get him in the car seat and go. Hopefully he will be happy while we're walking, and then whenever he starts showing signs of being tired, we will leave so that I can get him home to put him down for his next nap. So we'll basically spend this whole next wake window just like getting ready to go to the gym, going to the gym, and then coming home. All right, so he's awake. He slept for about 40 minutes. I haven't gone in there yet because he's just kind of like, I don't know, flopping around in his crib. He likes to kind of like wake up slowly. I've noticed like sometimes I go in there like way too fast and he's like still kind of sleeping. So now I just like let him stay in there for like 10 minutes or so before I go in and get him. I was able to pump for about 20 minutes, so we'll see what I got. Okay, I got 4 ounces, so that's good for 1 bottle. So since like a fresh pump can stay out for up to 4 hours, this one I'm gonna pack in the diaper bag just in case he needs one while we're out. I don't think that he will, but if he doesn't drink it, I'll just give it to him like when we get home. And then right now, when I go get him up, I'm gonna give him the bottle that I have in the fridge. All right, I have you sitting on my water jug thing. I'm just gonna fill up my water here. So I got Liam up, we fed him and changed him. He has on the cutest little like Nike outfit that my friend Olivia got him. I'll show it to you. And he's pretty happy. So we'll see how he does getting in the car seat. He doesn't particularly like getting in his car seat, but I just took out the infant insert, which was just like this extra padded part that was in it. I didn't even realize that part was like removable, but you're supposed to remove it when your baby is 11 pounds. And Liam, last time we weighed him, he was like over 13 pounds. So it definitely needed to be taken out. So I don't know, maybe he'll like his car seat now that it's like, he's not so smushed in there. Okay, so I'm gonna bring his carrier, like the carrier that I can wear, just in case he's like hating being in the stroller, because I just like take him in his car seat and then put the car seat on top of the stroller. So we'll see how long he's like okay doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna throw this in the diaper bag. I have his blanket since it's cold outside. And I'm just gonna take this little toy that I can clip on there in case he's like getting bored. I can kind of like play with this with him. Okay, here's Liam's gym outfit. It's just this little like zip up onesie, but it's a little Nike one. So, all right, we're gonna see how he does getting in the car seat. Okay, so far he's pretty content in here. I just realized I should probably take a passy, so I'm gonna go put a passy clip on him. Don't start crying. And then we're gonna head out. I'm not gonna take my camera, so I'll just catch up with you when we get home and let you know like what the timing was like and how it went. All right, we are home from the gym now. It's a little after 2:30 and I'm gonna make myself lunch. We had spaghetti and meatballs for dinner last night, so I'm just gonna heat up the leftovers. But our gym trip did not go as planned. It wasn't bad, but Liam fell asleep within like 5 minutes of walking on the track. And I was like, oh shoot, this is gonna mess up our wake windows, because he had only been awake for probably like a half hour at that point. And then I tried to actually wake him up a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let him sleep, because then I can get a good walk in, and he's obviously like tired and needs it. And also I was starting to worry, I feel like these are such first mom things, but like I was starting to worry, is it bad that I'm putting him in his dark bedroom for all of his naps? Because is that gonna make him like not be able to nap anywhere? But obviously like he can, because he just like napped for a half hour. That's why I just like can't get us on a schedule, because it seems like as soon as I get us on a schedule, like something happens to where it gets thrown off, and I've just decided like I'm just not gonna stress about that anymore, and I'm just gonna try to keep going with the flow and be like mindful of his wake windows, but not like try to stick to it, because as much as I would love to like know what he's gonna do, because it would be easier to like make plans and like make appointments and leave the house and stuff, it's just like it's so unpredictable, and he, as soon as I get it down, he changes it. So I ended up just giving him a bottle when we got home, and I'm just gonna like see how he does, and whenever he starts acting tired, I'll put him down for another nap. But yeah, I seriously like do not know how people get their babies on schedules. Like I just cannot do it. And I was actually listening to this podcast. It's one by Be Well by Kelly. I don't know where my phone is, so I can't like tell you the title, but it was all about like postpartum, and she was talking to someone who was a first-time mom, and then Kelly apparently has 3 kids. I like haven't followed her for a while. I used to follow her like really closely, but anyway, she apparently has 3 kids now, and she was kind of talking about how like with each kid she kind of listened like less and less to the experts when it comes to like sleep training, feeding, all the things, and then she just kind of like started doing things that made more sense with like the flow of her family. So just like kind of listening to that conversation too made me feel better about things too, because I feel like a lot of times I'm like, wait, how am I supposed to be doing this? And then like it really doesn't matter. All right, I just finished eating lunch while Liam played on his purple monkey mat. I feel like every mom knows about that mat and the songs that just get stuck in your head. And now while Liam is playing in his little thing, I need to put all of this laundry away. So we're gonna try to get that done, because I think he's gonna need to go down for a nap here soon. All right, it is about 3:50 now, and he just went down for another nap about 20 minutes ago. So I'm just gonna throw on my hands-free pump so that I can put away another load of laundry and just see what else I can get done in this time. So I'm still really liking my Mom Cozy M5. I do have a discount code for it, so I'll have all of that information down in the description. But I also have the Elvie Stride pump. I don't know, kind of like, it's not put together, but it kind of looks like this. It has like this green color on it. And I feel like I liked it at first. This one was very expensive. And I don't know if like my parts have just been washed too many times and they like lost their suction, but I used it for the first time last night in a while. Like I hardly ever grab that one anymore now that I have these, and I only got like 2 ounces, and I just felt like I should have gotten a lot more than that. Like I felt like pretty full. And so I need to look and see if I can get like replacement parts for it, because I hate to not use it because I spent so much money on it, but it's like, it's frustrating. But I gotta hurry up and get these on and stop jabbering because the clock is ticking as soon as he falls asleep. All right, well, he woke up after 35 minutes and he still seemed like pretty groggy when I got him up, so I just have him in his swing right now, and we're gonna see how much milk I got. So something that I have been doing lately, which I wasn't really comfortable doing when he was like a newborn, and even now, like I will only do it like 1 time a day, but you can put these or any pump parts like in the fridge without washing them like throughout the day. I have heard of some babies getting thrush from like their moms doing this, which I think is like a bacterial infection type of thing. Okay, he was not happy in his swing. But anyway, like I was saying, I have heard of some babies getting thrush, which I think is like a bacterial infection from like pump parts being in the fridge too long and not getting washed. So I'll only do it like once a day. So like I just use these, I'll put them in the fridge and I'll use them 1 more time tonight and then I'll wash them. I got a little over 4 ounces, but I'm gonna wait a little bit to feed him because I don't know, I get nervous like with doing my routine, which my routine is eat, play, sleep. So sometimes I feel like I'm like feeding him too soon before he's actually hungry, and I'm wondering if maybe that has something to do with like the excessive spit up. Although I will say yesterday and today have been really good. He hasn't really spit up that much, so I'm hoping maybe we're like growing out of it. But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not like force feeding him, so I'm just gonna wait until he starts acting like he's hungry before I give him this bottle. I definitely think he's starting to teeth because he is constantly chewing on his hands. Aren't you? So far, like, it hasn't been too bad, but I know it can be really rough when the babies are teething, so I just hope it doesn't get too bad. I think we're just gonna go and cuddle on the couch for a little bit until he's hungry. Then I'll give him his bottle. We are in the playroom. Liam just finished his bottle, and we're just gonna play with this Hungry Pelican toy that my grandma got him for Christmas. It just has like all these little creatures that the pelican eats. I don't know. It's fun though. I think it's cute and Liam likes it. And so anyway, I was just thinking that nap he took at the gym really messed up our night because he woke up at 4:15. So if he stays up for 2 hours, he would need to go down for a nap again, probably around 6:15. But that's like too late for him to take a nap, but too early for him to like be put to bed if we're trying to put him to bed between like 7 and 8. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the night goes. I mean, we'll figure it out, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's nice to be on a routine so that like you can have a consistent like bedtime and stuff, but at the same time it's just like so hard to stay on a schedule. Hen came running, cluck, cluck, cluck. I've got news, stop, little blue Chuck. They gathered round and Chuck said, whee, more new friends to visit me. Alright, it is 6:30 now, and I've just been holding him. He's been sleeping for about 40 minutes, so I kind of want him to wake up because I'd like to put him to bed around 8, and ideally I want him to be awake for 2 hours before we put him to bed, but that might not happen tonight unless we just put him to sleep later. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out our bedtime routine. I mean, our bedtime routine is pretty much the same as when I put him down for a nap, but we put him in jammies and a sleep sack, like a weighted sleep sack from Dreamland Baby. I actually have a discount code with them too, so I'll put that in the description also. But Kevin is on his way home from work now, so I'm going to start making dinner. I'm just gonna make tacos for dinner. It's just easy. It'd actually be nice if Kevin would get home in time to feed him a bottle while I cook dinner, but we'll just see how it goes. I'm probably gonna end up giving him a formula bottle because like I didn't have time to pump since I was holding him. I did like nurse him to sleep, so he should be okay for a little while. But yeah, once he goes to sleep, I pump more, and I can usually get enough for 2 bottles for the next day, and then I don't pump like throughout the night. I do like nurse him if he wakes up. So we'll see how tonight goes. I really hope if he would just not wake up at 3, that would be great. If he wakes up a couple hours after we put him down, I can at least just like nurse him before I go to bed. But we will just see how it goes. At this point, I'm really not interested in doing any type of sleep training. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I think he might just be going through like a sleep regression, so I'm hoping he just grows out of it. If he doesn't, then maybe I'll consider like some sleep training, but if it's like letting him cry it out, I'm just not gonna do that. That's just not something I'm on board with, at least not at the moment. But I would like to do these daily vlogs like for every month. So of course this was his 4-month vlog, and then I'd like to do another like day in the life video similar to this for like each month up until he's a year. So if you are interested in those videos, make sure to subscribe. I also post videos about home and decorating and lifestyle. But that's gonna be it for this video, so that whenever my husband gets home, we can just have some family time out, having the camera out. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye!